Welcome to the 2021 AIA Tri-State Design Awards Reveal and Celebration. We are proud to continue the biennial tradition of celebrating regional excellence in design and impact on the built environment among three of the largest AIA chapters in the country, together encompassing nearly 14,000 members and architects from New Jersey, New York State, and Pennsylvania. 3 accomplished jurors from across the country gathered virtually to review 164 submissions and whittled them down to 68 finalists to come to a final consensus on this year's 34 award-winning projects by 28 firms. It's time to meet the jury and hear their insights into this year's submissions and review.
My name is Francisco Rodriguez. I am currently the director of the University of Illinois School of Architecture at Urbana-Champaign.
My name is Sarah Broughton. I am principal of Roland Broughton Architecture and Urban Design, and we are located in Colorado.
I'm Stephen Panzerino. I am located in Tampa, Florida, and I am Director of Architecture for the Southeast at AECOM.
And before that, I was a Dean of the University of Puerto Rico School of Architecture, where I am originally from and where I had my design firm, RSVP Architects, for over 20 years. So I have been teaching, but also heading an architectural practice, working on public space, on residential areas, and also on historic preservation in the Old City, in Old San Juan.
I am currently the AIA Colorado West Director, and I've sat on the board for the last 2 years. And so through that experience, it's just been really great to understand the national and state imperatives and help guide and set those really for a guiding light for us practitioners.
I'm very excited to be part of this jury because I, in fact, was born in New York City and then grew up in New Jersey before I moved to Florida. So the tri-state area is basically my roots and where I grew up.
I look for an architecture that is respectful of context and culture, but also has its own ideas and proposals about the future.
How does it affect the users who are going to use the building on a daily basis? How does the building fit within the general community? And what greater impact does it have in today's world around sustainability and creating a better environment for all of us?
And if you look over the decades, it's really interesting to see the projects that have received accolades and that have received honors and see how they stand the test of time.
It was a very challenging process, almost 170 projects with an incredibly high quality of design, production, and presentation.
And the other thing that really struck me about the award submissions is just the really amazing depth and range of scale and types of projects.
I was extremely impressed with the consistency of the quality of the submissions. They were all outstanding, and it was a very difficult decision amongst the jury to decide who was worthy of winning an award.
Because architecture matters. And so it's important for us to be leaders. It's important for us to be involved in our communities. And the award submittals this year really represented that leadership.
This year's honorees exhibited distinguished design and achievements in the categories of architecture, preservation architecture, interior architecture, regional and urban design, unbuilt, impact design, single-family residential design, and small project. The jury is instructed to recognize projects deemed worthy of award with the following levels of distinction. Silver medal. A silver medal may be granted at the jury's discretion to the project or projects that distinguishes itself from the rest of the submissions representing the highest level of achievement. Honor award. An honor award may be granted at the jury's discretion to projects that exemplify distinguished achievement in any category. Merit award. A merit award may be granted at the jury's discretion to any project that either lies outside of the other categories or bears an exceptional aspect that the jury feels represents excellence. It's time to reveal the 2021 AIA Tri-State Design Award recipients. The jury selected 23 projects for the Merit Award recognition. In the Regional and Urban Design category, Erdie McHenry Architecture is the recipient of a Merit Award for Anderson Hall. The existing courtyard has been transformed into a grand glass atrium lobby to the academic building, creating a new eastern gateway and entry sequence. Anderson Hall lobby is visible from afar, offering a renewed prominence and added functionality for a previously neglected part of campus.
The jury really felt that Anderson Hall contributed on a regional and urban design level, starting with the large mega scale of the block. And what we really appreciated about this project is the detailing and the human scale that the project brought to this urban site. There's amazing detailing, it's beautiful, and the use of materials are very warm and inviting. So congratulations to the Anderson Hall project.
Congratulations, Erdie McHenry Architecture. In the Preservation Architecture category, ARCHITECTUREFIRM is the recipient of a Merit Award for Arts and Letters Creative Co. Situated in Shako Bottom, this project transforms the 1930s Lucky Strike tobacco power plant into a vibrant, day-lit headquarters for Arts and Letters Creative Co., a branding and marketing agency based in Richmond. The intervention respects the existing historic brick and tile building by removing all existing non-usable elements and creating a clean pair of white volumes to capture the additional working and making spaces for this dynamic company.
So Arts and Letters Creative embodies a creative insertion within the historic envelope of the building without compromising its meaning, its importance, its historical importance. I think when I spoke about the dialogue between memory and desire, there's certainly one project that embodies that. It rescues the historical value of the project, but it's not afraid to present a different kind of language, of architectural language, that plays off of that historical context and shows its own reasons and its own discourse within the building.
Congratulations, ARCHITECTUREFIRM. In the Interior Architecture category, Efficiency Lab is the recipient of a Merit Award for Avenues SHENZHEN Early Learning Center. In Shenzhen's Tanglang Industrial Zone, the Early Learning Center is an adaptive reuse of a warehouse and its parking lot. In the master plan, 7 industrial buildings are repurposed. Connected by elevated walkways and bridges, their roofscapes are programmed with outdoor learning spaces and gardens. The concept of connections forms the heart of the Early Learning Center, from physical connections to visual connections and an immersive connection to nature.
The Avenues SHENZHEN Early Learning Center. What we really liked about this project was the proportion of the interior spaces. They were done really well for each of the specific uses. We found that there was a real variety of scale, and they created some really powerful, intimate moments throughout the design.
Congratulations, Efficiency Lab. In the Preservation Architecture category, Mitchell Jergola is the recipient of a Merit Award for BAM Strong. 3 adjacent properties in downtown Brooklyn were transformed into a unified theater complex and lively cultural destination for audiences, artists, and neighbors by resurrecting an iconic 120-year-old building, incorporating state-of-the-art theater technology, and expanding its impact on a dynamic, diverse cultural district.
The jury felt the BAM Strong project was a quality restoration of an existing theater space with a sophisticated introduction of contemporary materials. The canopy is well scaled and ties the historic building to the new building. And we felt that this type of gesture can go wrong quickly, and it is well executed in this project. Congratulations, BAM Strong.
Congratulations, Mitchell Jergola. In the Impact Design category, William Rue Architecture PLLC is the recipient of a Merit Award for Devlin Soweto Education Campus.
The Devlin Soweto Education Campus is a multi-purpose education facility located within a densely populated Reconstruction and Development Program, RDP zone of Soweto, South Africa. The 2,000-meter-square building is constructed entirely of donated materials from over 225 corporate sponsors. The project has been donated to the University of Johannesburg and will be used as a satellite campus for its educational programs that serve the Devlin Soweto community.
So the Devlin Soweto Education Campus was a very exciting project in that it was a project that brought together disparate entities for a common cause. And they did that by using locally sourced and donated materials. And it really created a powerful environment. And it was very compelling to see that this is an incubator that will inspire not only the users, but the community in general.
Congratulations, William Rue Architecture PLLC, in collaboration with Architect of Record, Bogertman & Partners. In the architecture category, Ballinger is the recipient of a Merit Award for FASCITELLI Center for Advanced Engineering. FASCITELLI Center for Advanced Engineering began as a master planning initiative to develop a cross-discipline teaching and research complex that would enable the University of Rhode Island College of Engineering to meet the ever-changing technology demands and global reach of engineering. In addition to creating a distinctive new campus identity and visibility for the college, it also creates a vibrant place of interaction and innovation for the entire URI community.
FASCITELLI Center for Advanced Engineering is it's a building that takes an incredibly large program and through a series of different volumes that are calibrated to meet the landscape and to play off of the landscape. It proposes a very interesting solution to the problem. And it works really well with the existing buildings on campus, creating quads and courtyards and different volumes, each of them, presenting their own language and architectural quality. I thought it was a very strong proposal and one that makes a better campus.
Congratulations, Ballinger and Associate Architect Partner, DBVW Architects. In the architecture category, Erdy McHenry Architecture LLC is the recipient of a Merit Award for Fifth Facade, Franklin County Extension. The Franklin County Extension, the first facility completed as part of the CFAES Master Plan, acts as the threshold to the coveted Waterman site, bridging between the community and the university, consistent with its land grant mission. While the focus on practical agriculture remains central to the Franklin County Extension mission, the main emphasis of this new facility is to fulfill the needs of the youth and adults it serves.
The jury really responded to the Fifth Facade Franklin County Extension project for its humility, its great interpretation of agriculture architecture, its sensitivity to the earth, displacing the disturbed ground with the green roof, and the blending of the indoor-outdoor works well.
Congratulations, Erdy McHenry Architecture LLC and collaborating firm M&A Architects. In the small project category, Moto Designshop is the recipient of a Merit Award for Filigree House. Filigree House is a 3-story private residence in the Graduate Hospital neighborhood of Philadelphia, a double-wide residence of approximately 4,500 square feet. With a backyard, second-floor back deck, pilot house, and roof deck, the front facade has a brick screen that filters light into the house and creates privacy.
Filigree House really did a beautiful job of execution for the brick screening. And it really kind of answered a question of privacy and what privacy means along the public realm, but also still being a good neighbor to the community.
Congratulations, Moto Designshop. In the interior architecture category, PyCobb Freedom Partners is the recipient of a Merit Award for FINANSBANK headquarters interiors. Housed in an emblematic tower at the heart of Istanbul's new central business district, FINANSBANK headquarters provides an attractive, efficient, and collegial workspace that promotes the health and well-being of the company's 2,000 employees. The interior reflects the bank's distinctive identity through a deft interweaving of traditional Turkish material details and contemporary design, while an array of public amenity spaces creates opportunities for engagement and connection with the surrounding community.
FINANSBANK headquarters interiors propose very simple solutions without simplistic, and there's a fundamental distinction between the two. The detailing is absolutely beautiful, and so is the combination of the materials and the palette that was selected for a project, a large project where each of the spaces shows an incredible attention to detail.
Congratulations, Picop Fried and Partners. In the small project category, Robert Young Architects is the recipient of a Merit Award for Further Lane Pool House. This project in East Hampton, New York is a creative solution to the tight constraints of local building code, a thoughtful response to the programmatic requirements, and a careful consideration of the site's landscape and context. Limited to a maximum allowable footprint of 200 square feet, the architect maximized the project's presence by pulling it into two parts connected by a roof, creating a distinctive form with indoor-outdoor space.
The jury loves this small but mighty project, the Further Lane Pool House. We really responded to the extruded form and the simple moves.
Congratulations, Robert Young Architects. In the Regional and Urban Design category, Scott L. Aker Architect LLC is the recipient of a Merit Award for June 5th Memorial Park. On June 5, 2013, a reckless demolition in Philadelphia collapsed a 4-story wall onto a Salvation Army thrift store, killing 6 people and injuring many others. The June 5th Memorial rises from this site of trauma, transforming the narrow lot with oblique geometries, welcoming edges, and memory gardens. The memorial remembers the victims through light, color, and transparency, celebrating the new demolition safety regulations adopted by the city post-demolition collapse.
So the June 5th Memorial Park was a very powerful solution, but yet it was very restrained. It integrated very well into the context of the street, and it really paid homage to an unfortunate event, and it invites you to participate in a very emotional way as part of this memorial.
Congratulations, Scott L. Aker Architect LLC. In the unbuilt category, GKG is the recipient of a Merit Award for KYABIRWA Surgical Ward, a prototypical ambulatory surgical facility, first of its kind, built in KYABIRWA, Uganda. With a clearly established framework, the ambulatory surgery center can be duplicated in other parts of the developing world with no basic utilities available, and meets all technical requirements for medical surgical facilities.
The KYABIRWA Surgical Ward, it's a very interesting proposal that brings the value of architecture outside of the traditional cities of the Northeast, outside of the university campus, actually outside of the United States, into a rural area that's going to immensely benefit not only from its services, but also from the beautiful architecture that was employed in the building. It's a very nice, solid base, and then a floating roof above it that I think works really quite well with the existing materials in the village, and also with the topography and the trees around it.
Congratulations, GKG!
In the single-family residential category, Bates Massey Architects is the recipient of a Merit Award for Milestone.
In a community with a rich heritage of domestic architecture, the house connects to its place not through a reproduction of traditional styles, but by referencing the mechanics of the town's early wayfinding system. Drawing on the most immediate historic reference, the Milestone yields a design that is more relevant and conceptually bound to its context.
The jury was drawn to the Milestone project and was excited to give an award to this house. We appreciate the sense of grandeur, all within 1,028 square feet, and the great cadence and rhythm of the architecture.
Congratulations, Bates Massey Architects. In the Impact Design category, ISA is the recipient of a Merit Award for Oxford Green. The Oxford Green development is the largest, greenest project to date by the Philadelphia chapter of Habitat for Humanity. Sited in the Sharswood neighborhood on a former Philadelphia Housing Authority superblock, the project created homeownership opportunities for 20 low-income families through Habitat's unique community building model. The development's higher density attached row house model provides enhanced sustainability, efficiency, and livability, and serves as a key design prototype for the organization's future growth.
The jury had an interesting conversation about Oxford Green because this is the kind of project that cities need more of them. It creates an edge in the community. It extends the urban wall. It has a decent scale. Not dissimilar to the rest of the buildings in its context. It provides individual stoops and entrances for each of the townhouses, including green roofs, and it proposes a playful language with a mix of materials that are found in the neighborhood. This is the kind of project that we see in different cities that is needed, that we talk in academia with students when we're working on the housing seminar. We always look for a site that is missing a piece, or a neighborhood that is missing a piece, and we really enjoyed seeing how this was taking place, and hopefully we will see more of these in our neighborhoods.
Congratulations, ISA! In the architecture category, Aeneid Architects is the recipient of a Merit Award for Phil and Penny Knight Campus for accelerating scientific impact at University of Oregon. The Phil and Penny Knight Campus is supported by project partner Place, who served as the project's landscape architect. The landscape architecture studio reflects conviction that design excellence is a shared passion, intelligence, and creative camaraderie by the design-build team. Designed to support the Knight Campus's mission to accelerate the rate that scientific innovation can positively impact society, the facility is organized as a campus within a campus. The combination of laboratories, innovation, and co-working space and conferencing space create a vibrant environment of exchange. The aggregation of educational programs alongside institutional and commercial partnerships encourages a constant influx of ideas and allows the facility's focus to evolve over time.
The Phil and Penny Knight Campus for Accelerating Scientific Impact at University of Oregon was a beautifully executed and detailed project. We really loved the quilted glass facade and the way it created interior natural light. We really appreciated all of the innovation around green technology and the way the public spaces created an inviting respite from the focused lab environment throughout the project.
Congratulations, Aeneid Architects and Architect of Record, Bora Architecture and Interiors. In the architecture category, Deborah Berke Partners is the recipient of a Merit Award for Rockefeller Art Center, SUNY Fredonia. This project expanded and renovated a 1968 MPE Visual and Performing Arts complex at SUNY Fredonia. A new glass and zinc addition complements the austere language of the original building, but it is more transparent, allowing the activities within to be visible. Diagonal board-formed concrete links the new addition to the monumental architecture of the campus. A new entrance provides an improved connection to the campus and community.
We appreciate the Rockefeller Art Center at SUNY Fredonia for a sensitive addition to the IMPE building that exercises great restraint. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Deborah Berke Partners. In the architecture category, Aeneid Architects is the recipient of a Merit Award for Shanghai Astronomy Museum. The monumental new museum creates an immersive experience that places visitors in direct engagement with real astronomical phenomena. Through scale, form, and the manipulation of light, the building heightens awareness of our fundamental relationship to the Sun and the Earth's orbital motion. At 420,000 square feet, the new astronomical branch of the Shanghai Science and Technology Museum will be the largest museum worldwide, solely dedicated to the study of astronomy.
The Shanghai Astronomy Museum was an excellent collection of very unique moments throughout the project. The Oculus is an amazing space. There are great contemplative spaces throughout the entire project that really, in a way, make you feel small in comparison to the universe. So the success of this project is that ability to have the architecture emote feelings of how we relate to the greater world.
Congratulations, Aeneid Architects! In the Impact Design category, Jordan Parnas Digital Architecture is the recipient of a Merit Award for Star Garment Innovation Center, Sri Lanka Passive House. The Star Innovation Center is the first certified passive house project in South Asia and the second certified passive house factory building in the world. The facility is an apparel product development facility located outside of Colombo in Kaltanayake, Sri Lanka. Intended to be a global model for the entire garment industry, the project sets a new high bar for sustainability, energy efficiency, and worker comfort.
The Star Garment Innovation Center in Sri Lanka proposes an interesting prototype of building that incorporates technology and passive methods of natural light and ventilation to provide a better work environment. I think it's an interesting and playful proposal that will eventually, create a much better environment for the workers, and that could be used in this area of the world. It's quite interesting.
Congratulations, Jordan Parnas Digital Architecture and partnering architect of record, Vinod Jayasingh Associates. In the architecture category, Kieran Timberlake is the recipient of a Merit Award for Student Innovation Center at Iowa State University. Iowa State University's Student Innovation Center supports the university's reputation for innovation with a high-quality centralized space for student work in all fields of study. Targeting LEED Gold certification, the 144,000 square foot building hosts makerspaces, classrooms, co-working spaces, and design studios. Its pleated curtain wall distinguishes the building on campus while managing the effects of solar heat gain. This flexible, dynamic building encourages around-the-clock experimentation at ISU.
The Student Innovation Center at Iowa State University has beautiful proportion and scale. The connection to the ground plane is successful. The faceted facade orientation is powerful, and the interiors are well executed. This architecture is contributing and well-rounded.
Congratulations, Kieran Timberlake and project partner Substance Architecture. In the unbuilt category, Fernando Fisbein Architect DPC is the recipient of a Merit Award for TAMSEN House. This house is located on a high-risk flood area in Southampton, New York. A new platform was introduced to organize the residential program while allowing for the free flow of water. Our sustainable approach toward the minimal disturbance of the existing ground, resilient constructive system and materials, and maximization of prefabrication investigates the potential of establishing a larger framework of ecological decision-making, a prototype for positively contributing to the built environment.
The TAMSEN house is it's a beautiful study in proportions that works very well with the site, lightly touching it. A very interesting proposal that we would love to see it built at some point. It has, the typical residential iconography, but also with some contemporary touches that create an interesting balance between things that we have already seen and things that we would like to see in the future.
Congratulations, Fernando Fisbein Architect DPC. In the Regional and Urban Design category, Rogers Partners Architects and Urban Designers is the recipient of a Merit Award for the St. Pete Pier. The new St. Petersburg Pier is both an icon for St. Petersburg and an integral part of downtown, a place for tourists and the local community alike, one that honors history while establishing a new 21st century public place. The project is a 12-acre armature of rich, local, destination-based programming, adaptable over time. Activities are diversified through flexible planning that establishes a sustainable relationship between the natural and built environments.
The St. Pete Pier was a great reconstruction. It is a project that revitalized the water's edge, and it did that by activating the area for playing, for dining, for art. It's really a place to be. And once you're out there, the views back to the city skyline are spectacular.
Congratulations, Rogers Partners Architects and Urban Designers and Executive Architect Partner ASD Sky Architects. In the Impact Design category, Magnusson Architecture and Planning is the recipient of a Merit Award for Villas at the Ridgeway. With a focus on quality, comfort, and sustainability, Villas at the Ridgeway offers 70 new mixed-income, LEED-certified modular homes across 4 properties, all part of a public housing redevelopment in Yonkers, New York. The townhouse-style development has large apartments with individual entries, bringing residents closer to the outdoors and creating more personal space. The building's design and orientation put them in dialogue with their surroundings, reinvigorating pedestrian life.
The jury responded to the villas at the Ridgeway for the overall need of more multifamily housing at this scale and incorporating mixed income. That is to be applauded. We appreciated the use of prefab wood module construction, and the green spaces are well considered.
Congratulations, Magnusson Architecture and Planning.
In the architecture category, Stephen Hall Architects is the recipient of a Merit Award for Winter Visual Art Center. On the historic campus of Franklin and Marshall, the new Winter Visual Arts building takes shape as a raised pavilion formed by the site's 200-year-old trees, the oldest elements on the campus. A new campus destination for all students, the building spaces aim to evoke the creative energy involved in teaching and making art.
The jury loved how the Winter Visual Arts Center's party worked with the existing landscape, especially the mature trees around them. How the walls express themselves as a concave reaction to the existing trees, and also how the circulation, as you ascend into the piano nobile of the center, gives you a beautiful voyage through nature before you actually enter the building, which has an interesting scale. And also a balance between what's the walls that are opaque and the walls that are translucent or transparent, and it was actually very beautifully done.
Congratulations, Stephen Hall Architects. In the Preservation Architecture category, ISA is the recipient of an Honor Award for 20 South 40th Street. The brick structure at 22 South 40th Street, attributed to architect Frank Furness, originally housed a precursor to the Philadelphia Free Library. Major renovations in the 1920s and 1970s transformed it into a Pico showroom and a community health clinic. The design team's strategic approach to preservation looked to balance historic restoration with reactivating and reopening the building to West Philly's vibrant street life, welcoming whatever the future holds.
The 20 South 40th Street project is an exemplary example of historic preservation. It preserves the historic elements that had previously been destroyed or covered. It's contributing to the context and is a forever building. Uses are for the community and are to be applauded.
Congratulations, ISA. In the Preservation Architecture category, Marvel Architects, Landscape Architects, Urban Designers PLLC is the recipient of an Honor Award for Battery Maritime Building, CASA CIPRIANI. The 1909 Battery Maritime Building, BMB, was once the crown jewel of the New York City waterfront, but by the late 90s was at risk of being demolished. Our team crafted a historically sensitive conversion into a multi-use event and hospitality venue. The project saved an important New York City landmark by completing the full preservation, rehabilitation, and reconstruction of the building while activating it with a new economic engine.
Battery Maritime Building, CASA CIPRIANI, is a great example of adaptive reuse. it took a building and created a public function that allows many different people to experience the project. And it is a great work of stewardship.
Congratulations, Marvel Architects, Landscape Architects, Urban Designers, PLLC. In the Preservation Architecture category, Alexander Gorlin Architects is the recipient of an honor award for BellWorks. BellWorks is the reinvention of the Euro Saarinen Design corporate campus built for Bell Laboratories in Holmdel, New Jersey. While an abundance of abandoned office spaces and parks persists, BellWorks is an exceptional model of what innovative urban regeneration can bring to a small suburban town. By turning the massive space into a mixed-use, pedestrian-friendly development, residents can enjoy the amenities of a downtown center within suburbia.
The jury thought that BellWorks encompassed a thoughtful preservation of a working environment, creating a space that is actually pleasant, not just to work in, but to be in. One that I would love to visit and I would love to work in.
Congratulations, Alexander Gorlin Architects and partnering associate architect, G3 Architecture. In the architecture category, Akari and Iovino Architects is the recipient of an honor award for JST Production Engineering Center. The one-story office and production building was designed to correspond with the terrain. The building's form, which emulates tree branches, was inspired by patterns in nature. Its main axis, a central corridor, gracefully winds its shape and adjusts the floor levels to the natural landscape. Segments of the building branch outward from this spine, sized differently according to their function, offering ample surface area for a visual connection to nature.
The JST Production Engineering Center is a great piece of architecture. The jury responded to the collection of buildings and how it works well with the sloping site and the elegant use of wood throughout. That results in a tasteful consistency with thoughtful interstitial green spaces.
Congratulations, Akari and Iovino Architects and Design Architect, Ryoichi Ashizawa Architects and Associates. In the architecture category, Stephen Hall Architects is the recipient of an honor award for Nancy and Rich Kinder Museum Building. The Nancy and Rich Kinder Museum Building is characterized by porosity and is devoted to the museum's international collections of modern and contemporary art. It is the final component in the 8-year project to expand and enhance museum's Susan and Fayez S. Seraphim campus. The Kinder Building stands in complementary contrast to the existing gallery buildings and adds a horizontal architecture in translucent glass.
The Nancy and Rich Kinder Museum Building knits in very well with the architectural context. What we liked about this was the way it created a lightness about the facade and the volume of the building, even though it was windowless. The material choices really contributed to how it made the architecture appear smaller. We really appreciated the amazing lantern effect that happens at night. And it really blended a monumental scale with an approachable human scale at the street level.
Congratulations, Stephen Hall Architects and Associate Architect Partner, Kendall Heaton Associates. In the interior architecture category, Ewing Cole is the recipient of an honor award for Penn Squash Center. This renovation of the Penn Squash Courts reimagined an anonymous mid-century brick box as a flexible, dynamic venue for practice, recreation, and competition. Inserting refined glass courts and maple millwork within the utilitarian building shell, the design inverts the traditional theater in the round configuration by placing spectators centrally within the tournament hall. Structural modifications allowed improved sightlines and circulation while introducing natural light and opening new views to campus.
The Penn Squash Center, its design invites you to go and watch squash. Even if you don't play squash like myself, or normally don't go to play squash, I would love to go here and sit down and watch a game, or even just sit there and read and have a cup of coffee. It's a very inviting place. For people to meet, to sit down, to watch the game, to play the game and be watched by by others, and it's done very nicely. It's quite an accomplished proposal.
Congratulations, Ewing Cole. In the architecture category, Moto Designshop is the recipient of an honor award for St. Joseph's Arupe Hall. The new Arupe Hall is a deeply symbolic and thoughtfully crafted place for living, learning, working, and worshiping. Developed jointly by St. Joseph's University and the Eastern Province of the Society of Jesus, it's a home for Jesuits and a hub for apostolic life in Philadelphia, designed to foster connection and collaboration across all the city's ministries.
St. Joseph's Arupe Hall. It was a beautiful composition of the architectural elements that created such an ethereal feel and really paid homage to the importance of the use within this building. The brick detailing was absolutely beautiful. It had a similar impact to historic stained glass windows. And at the end of the day, we all concluded that you just don't mess with the Jesuits.
Congratulations, Moto Designshop. In the single-family residential category, Bates Massey and Architects is the recipient of an honor award for Stony Hill. This home was designed for a family in Ammangansett. The residence references the agrarian history of the site and the architecture and landscape design. The massing is broken up into smaller volumes, each of which relate to one of the landscape zones: public spaces, private spaces, and guest or service spaces. The interconnected gabled structures reference the connected barn vernacular precedent, but are adapted for a modern experience.
The Stony Hill project represents innovative design, transforming a traditional form and rethinking interior materials. All of this is done with restraint, excellent proportion, and scale. It is in perfect balance.
Congratulations, Bates Massey Architects. In the architecture category, FX Collaborative is the recipient of an honor award for SUNY Purchase Center for Media, Film, and Theater. The new Center for Media, Film, and Theater creates a centralized location for once disparate programs on the university campus with new teaching, learning, and performance spaces to promote a mission of collaboration, and creates a new campus gateway with entry pavilion and active courtyard to strengthen the relationship between the institution and surrounding community.
The SUNY Purchase Center for Media and Film, it's a collection of very powerful forms and spaces, incredibly well detailed, beautiful textures and expressing different languages of architecture and making connections to the rest of the campus, and also providing some really interesting interiors where the academic community can come in, meet, exchange knowledge, and it's the kind of space that even if you're not related to that school, that students will and professors will want to gravitate to that building and spend time there and meet their colleagues, which I think it's what these buildings in the end, they're all about. Connections and the exchange of knowledge.
Congratulations, FX Collaborative. This year, the jury selected 2 projects to take the top honor, the Silver Medal. In the regional and urban design category, Marble Fairbanks Architects is the recipient of a silver medal for the Greenpoint Library and Environmental Education Center. This project is a 15,000 square foot community hub for environmental awareness, activism, and education, the result of active engagement between Brooklyn Public Library and the community. It doubles the size of the previous building, providing enlarged indoor and outdoor spaces for expanded activities related to the exploration of the environment, as well as everyday library use. It demonstrates innovative approaches to sustainable design and is a learning tool for the community.
The Greenpoint Library and Environmental Education Center has a compelling site plan that holds the corner, yet provides a pocket park. The overall scale of the forum and materials contribute to the neighborhood. There's excellent programming and variety of spaces, including the outdoor deck and green roof. The outward-facing aperture window invites the community in and out, creating a firm connection between the community and education.
Congratulations, Marble Fairbanks Architects. In the Preservation Architecture category, Skidmore, Owings & Merrill is the recipient of a silver medal for Moynihan Train Hall. Moynihan Train Hall is one of the most monumental civic projects undertaken in New York City in a generation. Its transformation of the landmark Farley Post Office building restores the grandeur of rail travel that characterized the original Penn Station, brings light to the station's concourses for the first time in more than 5 decades, and elevates the way millions of people interact with one of the world's largest cities.
Moynihan Train Hall, congratulations and bravo to an amazing culmination of years of planning and execution. This project exemplified all that honor awards deserve. It could easily win an award in every category, from adaptive reuse, interiors, urban design, and architecture. It really was an all-encompassing, excellent, and well-deserving project.
Congratulations, Skidmore, Owings & Merrill. Congratulations to the recipients, and a special thanks to this year's dedicated and thoughtful jurors and all the participants. For more great architecture, visit the gallery of this year's participants, finalists, and recipients.